welcome to the Future Trends Forum. My name is Brian Alexander. I'm your MC, host, and cat herder for the next hour. Just so you know, this is a video conference discussion. It's a forum, a place for conversation, and it springs out of the Future Trends in Technology and Education Report, or FTTE. If you haven't seen that, that's a monthly trends analysis that comes out by email that takes a look at trend lines in education, technology, and their surrounding fields. This discussion that we have is basically a conversation springing off of the ideas and topics surfaced in FTTE. The FTTE, by the way, is the hashtag we use for our Twitter-based discussion. This discussion is one that is global in nature, which is really, really important, and we're going to see this in a little while when Phil starts talking about the LMS. Phil Hill is one of, and I think for my money, the leading guru on learning management systems. He's a partner at a consulting firm called MindWires. He produces e-literate TV, digital TV, and he's also one of the bloggers at eLiterate, which is an incredibly useful blog.
We have multiple lines of business, but we're always focused on the effective use of technology in education. How can technology trigger a change that improves teaching and learning? That's the general focus. Within the consulting arm, a lot of it is advising schools on either vendor selection or determining strategy. It's basically the stuff that to help make technology successful. So we're not really about the technology, it's the usage that we focus. The schools we work with are all higher education. We do some work in the K-12 space, but only in the market analysis. I talk about working with schools. It could be community colleges, research universities, a lot of statewide systems we've worked with. We do a lot of coverage outside of the US as well. And if you look at other global regions, you get sort of a different picture. You don't get as great of a saturation.
Do you have any evidence at all that Schoolology is making any inroads? And what about Google Classroom, which is big in K-12, but no adoptions in higher ed?
They're a very interesting platform, proprietary, not open source. Very strong in the K-12 market and have been for years.
One thing that I was concerned about, you mentioned earlier the administrative use of the LMS and also institutional adoption. And I'm interested also in individual adoption. So do you think that maybe the difference between institutional adoption, as in well over 90%, versus faculty adopting the LMS may be tied to them seeing it as more of an administrative tool versus a pedagogical tool?
Part of it's a time lag. So, for example, take the U.S. market, which I know the best. I know better than I know the other regions. The institutional adoption happened, it was saturated over 90% by 2003. But it really wasn't until maybe four or 5 years ago that you could say the percentage of faculty actually using the LMS got up to at least 75 to 80% adoption. So some of it's time lag, because even if an institution has one, faculty have to choose to use the LMS in most cases.
I'm very grateful to everybody in the forum community for adding so much. Let me thank you again, Phil. And Roxanne, I think we're going to have to drag Phil back on for a follow-up session. If you'd like to learn more about the Future Trends Forum, if you want to learn more about our FTTE report, go to ftte.us. If you want to learn more about this Shindig technology, go to shindig.com. And otherwise, stick around for a few more minutes to talk. I'll be here. And otherwise, I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.